And we're rolling, and we're trying it again. So this is like take 5. So, good afternoon, peeps. It is Wednesday, the 19th. So, how are y'all doing? Alright, let's get the disclaimers out of the way. Everything's in my opinion. I'm not offering professional advice. None of that stuff, so let's go. Alright, Dinar land news in Iraq. So from Shafak News, U.S. sanctions threatens the Iraqis' dollar supply. They go on to say the CBI needs to adopt a genuine effort to regulate the market. Otherwise, the dollar crisis and exchange rate fluctuations will continue indefinitely. And then we got from Zoom News, Turkey is still waiting for the confirmation of oil flow through Turkey's pipeline out of the Kurdistan region. So, nutshell, the pressure in Iraq is mounting. The only solution is the rate change. The U.S. is putting the pressure on. They have pressure coming from Turkey. They are still out there negotiating deals with Britain, BP, British Petroleum, and other nations. So the pressure is mounting, and the only solution is the rate change. And I believe that we're going to see that soon. You can only prop this thing up for so long before it just collapses. So I think we're close to that. So I did watch Mark today. He had a really interesting show with Andy Scheckman from I don't know, the gold company he works for. But I've really been on this gold kick lately. Just there's something to it, and I've been trying to dig into it. But let's see. Before I get into that, let's talk about the bonds people. I know everyone hates that term and is so sick of it, but Mark kind of went into it in a different light today, or at least, I heard something new. So for the last week or so, he's been talking about bond people that he knows. So, but these aren't bond holders of historical bonds. These are bond facilitators. So that's like a trader or someone who sells bonds. So they get commission off of facilitating the sale or trade of bonds to other nations, to other people, obviously very rich people. So to clarify, the people that he knows that he's been referencing aren't physical bond holders. They're the facilitators. So the good news is today he shared that they finally start communicating with him again, and they have money that they're spending. He said they're very happy. They're out spending their money. So why does he talk about bonds people all the time? And this was just kind of a little nugget that he dropped today, was that basically the bonds people, again, the ones who hold physical historical bonds, they represent the last step of the old world banking system to close the books before we RV. So, in other words, we're all standing in line at the teller at the treasury, and we're waiting to get paid. Okay, so the bonds people, the ones holding the historical bonds, these are certificates that, if you hold a bond for the U.S. Treasury, the U.S. Treasury owes you money. Okay, so they're the last step of the old world banking system to get paid before the reset and before we, RB, with the exchange rates and all that stuff. So that's why he always is mentioning them, and we hear it and we're sick of it. But it's no less important just because we're so sick of hearing it. But so that's why it's important, is because once these people who are holding these historical bonds get paid, the next step is for us to go to the bank and get our exchange rate for the currencies that we hold. So the fact that he knows people personally that are getting paid their commissions on facilitating the sale or trades of bonds, they're out there now spending their money. There's no restrictions. To me, that's really good news. So in a world where all things are true, and we take him at his word, then that's what that means. So that to me is pretty good news. So my next topic is gold, and why is all the gold talk so important? We've heard the Q things and all that stuff, that gold will destroy the Fed. Okay? So people who aren't still asleep are sick of the old world, the fiat money, the fake money, the printing press money, and we want real money. We want asset back, we want gold back. And so I believe that's the transitional phase that we're in right now. So, sheep are sheep, and they're always going to be sheep. And some people are so dependent on the matrix that they will never wake up. And that's why we have, people like Trump and Elon who are doing the heavy lifting. And the sheep will just wake up to a new system without knowing how we got there. And then they'll just go on when they're happy, blissful life and whatever. But so some good. I'm going to put the link in the description for Mark's show today. And no matter what you think about Mark, if you like him, if you don't like him, I don't care. I really don't care. The part with Andy Scheckman on there today. If you are interested in any capacity about precious metals, gold, and why it's so important, I highly recommend watching this show. He just really put the nuts and bolts out there and connected the dots. And, for me, for a lot of things that I've been wondering about that I just didn't dig into. So, gold has now been classified as a Tier 1 asset. So the only other Tier 1 asset is U.S. Treasury bonds. But now, gold is a Tier 1 asset. And then, so since the November win, and we all know what that is, Trump's now in office. So since the November win, the election, the U.S. has been become a net importer of gold. So let me repeat that. Since the November win, Trump won the election, the United States has become a net importer of gold. We have imported around 13 million ounces of gold from London, Asia, and Switzerland, as well as around 50 million ounces of silver. And this is from Andy's report today. And then here's something that's only happened 2 or 3 times in history. So J.P. Morgan brought in around $4 billion worth of gold to COMEX. What's COMEX? COMEX is the primary futures and options market for trading metals such as gold, silver, copper, and aluminum. So in 1994, COMEX merged with the New York Mercantile Exchange, NYMEX. and they became a platform responsible for its metal trading. Its being the New York Mercantile Exchange. So that's a historical gold movement, and it's only happened in history 2 or 3 times. Praying to shake. All right, peeps. Sorry for the edit. I had to verify some stuff before I spoke any further. So, reiterating, since in February, J.P. Morgan has brought to COMEX around $4 billion worth of gold. Okay, and then, to reiterate, COMEX is the primary futures and options market for trading metals such as gold, silver, copper, and aluminum. In 1994, COMEX merged with the New York Mercantile Exchange, NYMEX, and became the platform responsible for its metal trading. So, this is the thing that I want to verify. So, since Trump has taken office, the United States has moved into the United States 393 metric tons of gold. Look that up, how much gold that is. That is a historical gold movement. So why? Why are we doing this? Because basically Trump is calling the shorts on gold, and I think silver will probably be next. But Trump is destroying the Bank of England with gold. Who owns the Bank of England? So, basically, in a nutshell, the amount of debt that the United States corporation holds is it can't be paid back, not for 1,000,000 years. So the only answer to that is a reset. And so by destroying the Bank of England, aka the deep state, aka the debtors, by destroying the Bank of England, it ushers in the global reset, the GCR. And then that's what we're looking for as far as Nasara Gasara. Does it all happen at once? I don't know. There's plenty of arguments on both sides, whether it's a shotgun start, bonds, RV, Nasara Gasara. As long as we're moving forward, I don't care in the order that happens. But like I said, going back to Mark Z and his bond contacts, these people out again, level playing field. We assume all things are true. Mark's telling us that he knows people, face-to-face people, that are bond facilitators, and they're out spending their money with no restrictions. So while that's fiat, it's a start. So, to me, it feels like we're very close. Let me know what you think in the comments. But there's so many. It feels like there's so many tangible steps that have been taking place in the last 2 weeks that have kind of woken up my excitement again, that this is going to become a new reality for us very soon. So that's all I got for right now. I'm not sure if I'll make a live today or not. Every time I do, YouTube fights me and it crashes. So I will not be posting my videos to TikTok anymore. I'll do a video letting you know that I made one on YouTube, but I'm just getting too many strikes on TikTok, and I can't tell you, I cannot express to you how over it I am. So sorry, TikTok people, but you're gonna have to come to YouTube. All right, guys. That's it for today. I'm sure I'll be on tomorrow. I need to work on stop saying But that's it for today. So, as always, I appreciate your guys' time being here and watching these videos, and we will see you next time.